Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Sunday, April 16, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. Atlanta Braves vs Kansas City Royals. I'm taking the Braves here at -160. The Braves do just about everything better than the Royals right now. While Atlanta is near the top of their league in runs scored, Kansas City sits at the very bottom of theirs. Atlanta has one of the best run differentials in all of baseball, while Kansas City has one of the worst. Atlanta's stars like Acuna and Olsen are setting the league ablaze right now, and Salvador Perez is lost at the plate. Kyle Wright and Zach Greinke both bring solid middle-of-the-rotation stuff into this game, but given the firepower behind Atlanta's offense, it's hard to see the Royals pulling this one out, barring Greinke turning back the clock to his 2009 Royals self. Our team pick is Braves. Entering Saturday, these two teams had 16 of their games combined go over. The Braves have scored 7 or more runs 6 times this season and have played in 9 games that have had a total of 9 or more runs. After Friday, the Royals had played in 4 straight games of 11 or more runs. Kansas City's pitching has given up 8 or more runs in 3 of their last 4 games. Both starters have allowed runs in each of their starts and are capable of getting hit around a bit, though Greinke has much better command. The over is 5-0 in the Royals' last 5 against NL East teams and is 3-0-1 in Wright's last 4 interleague starts. Take the over. Baltimore Orioles vs Chicago White Sox. The White Sox are without Tim Anderson and Yoan Moncada, but there's still enough firepower in this Chicago offense to win, especially with ace Dylan Cease on the bump. The veteran right-hander is 2-1 with a 3.09 ERA and 33 strikeouts in 4 starts, 23.1 innings, against Baltimore in his career. The Orioles are hitting left-handed pitching much better than righties this season, 2.370 OBP, .866 OPS, and 27 K/8 versus left-handers, and a .332 OBP, .757 OPS, and a 29% K/8 versus right-handers. As Clevenger mentioned following Friday's loss, the White Sox have been beating themselves this season. With their best pitcher on the mound on Sunday, I am confident they won't embarrass themselves again, holding on at home as money-line favorites. Our team pick is White Sox. Sunday's starting pitcher Dylan Cease has been tough to hit, giving up 6 total hits over his first 3 starts. He's allowed 1 earned run in each of his starts, earning wins over San Francisco and Minnesota. His opening day start was his best, though, as he held Houston to 1 run on 2 hits and 0 walks, picking up 10 Ks in 6.1 innings of work. Our total pick is over. Pittsburgh Pirates vs St. Louis Cardinals. The St. Louis Cardinals have been doing well throughout the season, as they are 10th in the sport with a .760 OPS, while scoring 4.13 runs per game up to this point. They have to be better in the batter's box, as 24.3% of their at-bats end in strikeout, 126 strikeouts and 518 at-bats. First baseman Paul Goldschmidt, .929 OPS, 12 BB, has been doing well as they try to bounce back after a rough start to the season as a team. Miles McCollum is making his 3rd start of the season after a rough beginning of his season, as he is 0-1 with a 10.05 ERA and a 2.23 WHIP right now. He did not factor into the decision in his last game on the road against the Colorado Rockies, as he threw 5 innings and allowed 6 runs on 10 hits with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. McCollum has faced these Pirates 4 times last season and went 1-1 in 19.1 innings and gave up 8 runs, 7 earned, on 18 hits with 1 hit by pitch, 5 walks, and 15 strikeouts. Looking at the batting average of balls in play so far this season, we see a big difference between these teams, as the Cardinals are 6th in MLB with a .330 team BABIP, while the Pirates are down at 25th with a .272 team BABIP thus far. Getting on base is the name of the game, as Pittsburgh is 21st with a .317 on base percentage, while St. Louis is all the way up at 6th in baseball, with a .345 on base percentage right now. The Cardinals are a dominant 42-19 in their previous 61 games against one another, so go with the St. Louis Cardinals to win. Our team pick is St. Louis Cardinals minus 1.5 runs. These teams have not been hitting or able to score runs throughout the first 3 games of this series, as they are averaging 5.7 total runs per game, so expecting more than 8 is a tall task. Both bullpens have been able to get going this season on the right foot, as St. Louis is 12th with a 3.67 bullpen ERA, while Pittsburgh is right behind them at 13th with a 3.69 reliever ERA. The under is 3-1-1 in their last 5 games against one another, so go with under 8.5 runs here. New York Mets vs Oakland Athletics. The Oakland pitching staff is in disarray, and the fact that they had to use 5 relievers on Friday and could very well use 4 or 5 on Saturday means this group is going to be tired heading into Sunday's contest. That should lead to another double-digit run day for New York. The Athletics have allowed at least 8 runs in their last 11 games, so runs should not be an issue for the Mets. That means they will crush this A's staff and easily win by 2, even if the offense produces 7 runs. That is not likely against Scherzer, who got his mojo back in his last start. Our team picked New York Mets at minus 1.5 runs. As mentioned, Scherzer appears to firing on all cylinders in the early going, but he was susceptible to getting hit on the road last season, and the A's, while erratic, are not a team to hang their heads when down. Spears will arguably be facing his toughest lineup of the season, and his 5.59 ERA is hardly comforting. While he hasn't been thumped, he's allowed the hits to make big innings happen. Expect to see runs here. The over is 10-1 in the last 11 between these two. Take over 7.5 runs. Chicago Cubs vs Los Angeles Dodgers. The Cubs have veteran Drew Smyly on the hill. The lefty was clobbered in his lone road outing this season, giving up 7 runs, 6 earned, against the Reds. He has struggled against LA throughout his career. The veteran squandered 7 runs in 6.1 innings against LA last season and has posted a horrible 5.40 ERA in 23.1 career innings. Furthermore, Dodgers starter Julio Urias was a Cy Young candidate last year and has been lights out in his 3 performances. The lefty has allowed a total of only 1 run in his last 2 starts against the Rockies and Giants. LA has won all 3 games with him on the mound, outscoring the opposition by a huge 22-5 margin in the 3 games. Our team pick is Los Angeles Dodgers minus 1.5 runs. If Urias spins another gem, we should stay under the total with ease. I can see this final score butting right up against the 9-run mark, but I ultimately think we'll have enough cushion to stay under. Let's sit back and root for another quality start for Urias. Give me the under. Chicago Cubs vs Los Angeles Dodgers. The Cubs have veteran Drew Smyly on the hill. The lefty was clobbered in his lone road outing this season, giving up 7 runs, 6 earned, against the Reds. He has struggled against LA throughout his career. The veteran squandered 7 runs in 6.1 innings against LA last season and has posted a horrible 5.40 ERA in 23.1 career innings. Furthermore, Dodgers starter Julio Urias was a Cy Young candidate last year and has been lights out in his 3 performances. The lefty has allowed a total of only 1 run in his last 2 starts against the Rockies and Giants. LA has won all 3 games with him on the mound, outscoring the opposition by a huge 22-5 margin in the 3 games. Our team pick is Los Angeles Dodgers minus 1.5 runs. If Urias spins another gem, we should stay under the total with ease. I can see this final score butting right up against the 9-run mark, but I ultimately think we'll have enough cushion to stay under. Let's sit back and root for another quality start for Urias. Give me the under. Colorado Rockies vs Seattle Mariners. The Rockies have won only 3 times against the spread in 14 tries this season. Castillo has pitched very well in his 3 starts in 2023 for Seattle, allowing only 2 runs and 9 hits in 17.2 innings of work. He pitched shutout ball in a combined 11.2 innings in his 2 starts at home. He was effective at T-Mobile Park last season as well, going 4-1 with a 2.69 ERA and a .98 WHIP in 12 games started. Colorado has lost 3 straight overall versus the spread and has managed only 2 wins in 7 tries against the spread on the road so far. Seattle has won 2 straight against the spread overall and has won 3 of 4 games, ATS at T-Mobile Park. Most signs and trends point to a Seattle victory on Sunday. Mariners minus 1.5 runs. The Rockies are currently ranked 21st in runs scored per game overall, 4.36, and average only 3.67 runs per game away from Coors Field. Their batting average, .298 versus .239, and slugging percentage, .459 at home versus .395 on road, drop significantly when they travel. The Mariners batters performed better on the road, .236 batting average, than they did at T-Mobile Park, .223 batting average in 2022, and the trend has continued into the new season. The last game pitched by Castillo went under the run total, with the Mariners losing to the Cubs 3-2. While Colorado has had success against Castillo in the past, he has been lights out so far this season at home, so the Rockies may have difficulty getting runs in bunches against him. Most signs point to this matchup going under the point total. Under 7 runs. Texas Rangers vs Houston Astros. The Astros are hitting .262 with a .333 OBP, .500 SLG, and a .833 OPS against left-hand pitchers this season, with 7 home runs and 8 doubles in 122 at-bats. Their splits are higher against lefties than righties, with a much lower K rate, 28.2% against right-handers and 14.7% against left-handers. They also have a fair amount of experience against Heaney from his time with the Angels. In his most recent start against Houston in 2021, he surrendered 5 runs on 9 hits, including 3 homers in a 9-1 Astros win. The Rangers, 0-5 in their last 5 road games versus a left-handed starter, are hitting only .225 with a .303 OBP, .300 SLG, and .603 OPS against left-handers this year. Valdez has had success against them in the past, as well, 6-3 with a 2.55 ERA and 77 KS in 13 career appearances. I'm predicting that Houston, 10-1 in Valdez's last 11 starts versus a team with a winning record, will win by 2 or more runs on Sunday night in H-Town. Houston Astros minus 1.5 runs. I'm siding with the under in this game because of the pitching matchup. Valdez has a career 2.91 ERA in April and was lights out last season against Texas, allowing just 6 earned runs in 34.2 innings pitched. Heaney has a 3.54 ERA in 11 career starts against the Astros, which is certainly respectable enough to keep the run total low in this game. The Rangers are ranked in the top 10 this season in several pitching categories, including ERA, WHIP and strikeouts per game. The bullpen has been stellar, anchored by Jose Leclerc, who is still yet to give up an earned run this season. The Astros are also ranked in the top 10 for ERA and defensive fielding percentage. Aside from Alvarez, the middle of Houston's batting order hasn't exactly been too powerful. Newcomer Jose Abreu and third baseman Alex Bregman have combined for just 2 home runs and 11 RBI. I like the under.